we are in beautiful Lethbridge, Canada. We're in southern Alberta. That's the High Trestle Bridge. The evening is falling here on a Saturday night in Lethbridge. The world has come, including the geese, for the World Men's Curling Championship, the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship. We're at the NMAX Center here in Lethbridge. As now we come inside. Nice crowd here on a Saturday night. And our feature game, we'll see Canada taking on Russia. I'm Hans Frauenlob. I'm joined tonight by Sander Ulvag. And good evening to you, Sander.
Good evening, Hans. Always a pleasure.
Teams getting ready before the opening ceremonies. And here are our teams. For Team Canada at lead tonight is Ben Hebert. Colton Flash is at second stone. BJ Neufeld plays at third. And Team Canada is skipped by Kevin Cooey. Tonight they take on Russia. At lead for Russia, Anton Kalab. Dmitry Mironov is at second. Artur Ali plays at third. And Sergei Glukov is the skip for Team Russia. Here are the standings. The second draw just getting underway. In the opening draw, Canada, Japan, the Netherlands, and Scotland all were winners. Italy, Korea, Russia, and the USA suffered losses. China, Germany, Norway, Switzerland, and Sweden playing their first game this evening. And we will keep an eye on all of the matches for you tonight. On Sheet A, it is Norway facing Switzerland. On Sheet B, our feature game, Canada versus Russia. On Sheet C, Sweden taking on China. And on Sheet D, it's Germany versus Italy. Team Switzerland being honored before the evening draw. Each team being honored at least once during the week. 13 member associations here. Sander, Canada, Russia should be a good one.
Yes, I am looking forward to it. We'll see Canada play on home soil, home province, even for Kevin Cooey. Played an extra end in the first one against Korea. So they're not unstoppable. Well, they did pick up the win.
Yeah, they certainly had to work for it. The Russians, on the other hand, had a tougher afternoon, suffering a defeat to Scotland by an 8-2 score, so they'll be looking to rebound. Should be a good game. Keep an eye on all the action for you and update the scores, but our feature game we will focus on is Canada and Russia. Good look here at the NMAX Center. Terrific venue here for curling. It's perfect size for curling. Capacity about 7,000, a few less than that here, but fans are still rolling in. And as you mentioned, Sander, Team Kevin Cooey from the home province, the local organizers couldn't be happier in terms of the Canadian representative here tonight.
Yeah, probably helps to turn out a little bit as well, but the support for Canada will be intense, so that's going to be all different for Russia to play against.
And that's true, and that can be quite intimidating for teams that are playing against a Canadian team, because no prizes guessing who the hometown crowd is going to favor. It can be a little intimidating sometimes.
Good thing though is Canadians are pretty known for their curling, and then most of the crowd, they know curling, and they'll probably cheer a bit for the Russians as well if they make a good shot. But yes, there's no doubt who they're really wanting to win here tonight.
12-game round robin phase getting underway today. This is the opening day of the tournament, the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship. 12-game round robin. Canada earned last rock advantage by virtue of the better pre-game last stone draws. So Russia will get us underway tonight. Anton Kalab, 31 years of age, gets us underway. And we get a look at the pregame last stone draws. The Canadians just edging the Russians for last draw. Canada will play the red stones, and Russia will play the yellow stones, but very good results for both teams in the pregame last stone draw. Ben Hebert, 36 years of age. Ben is a big personality, Sander.
In a room, guys. It's not even.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to spot when he's playing. Not only audible, but you can hear the brushes pretty clearly when they start getting going that front end.
Yep.
Hebert and Flash.
Yeah, Ben, always one of the strongest sweepers in the game. Canada throwing the corner guard in response to the Russian stone in the rings. And that tells me that Canada wants to go to the attack right away.
Well, you might feel it's a little bit expected from the home crowd as well.
That's
To
true.
entertain.
Rules of play, we've got 6 ends minimum, but 10 ends scheduled. Each team has 38 minutes of thinking time, and each team has 1 60-second timeout. No, I agree, Sander. I think the Canadians, they didn't struggle this afternoon. Kim Soo-hyuk and Team Korea played really, really well. But in an extra end game this afternoon, you get the feeling they want to come out and make a statement tonight.
Whoa! Got room, guys. You got room. All BGs. Can't freeze it. Hard, 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 hard. Hard, right up. Shot.
Comes to rest in the top 4 foot. And there we see Sergei Glukov looking for an inside corner freeze from his second stone, Dmitry Mironov. Dmitry's 26 years of age. Kalal Banale trying to drag this one into the 8-foot circle. Great line, maybe a foot short.
Even if he crosses. One of them.
Kevin Cooey lining them up for Colton Flash. Here is Colton.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Looking for a bit of action on the stones in the rings, but nothing doing. Gets the guard off the center line, though. There's the 2-time world champion, Kevin Cooey.
That's a first world championship for Mironov. Has played a world junior championship, actually twice. Picked up a silver back in 2013. Also Sergei Glukov on that team.
Some great international experience, but yeah, nothing quite like your first world championships. Very nice guard there from Mironov. Stopwatch in hand for Glukov.
Out of this.
Interesting hair comparison between Cooey and Glukov. Corner of the stone on the button available for the Canadians. So it looks like Kevin Cooey wants Colton Flash to make a play at the shot.
It could be some fresh pebble here close to the center line. First end. Could see a little bit of bite, a bit of curl.
Just tickles his own stone in the top 4 foot and spills back in the rings. Does it stay in the rings? Spin back? No, it's out of the rings. So good Opportunity here for the Russians to force the Canadians to a single. If they can guard this one out.
Я предполагаю, здесь 0.
Нет, если что, вдруг ошибка.
Да, ошибка. Широкую сторону.
Думаю, нормально.
9-5.
Here is Artur Ali, 25 years of age.
He was also on that silver medal winning team from the 2013 juniors.
Okay, so this team knows what a podium feels like.
It could be helpful. Just knowing how to win at any level.
Absolutely.
I don't think, well, if you look at the podium finishers at the World Juniors the last 5 years, you'll find a lot of good players.
Absolutely. Here's BJ Neufeld. Characteristic low tuck slide. We're also familiar with over the years. Longtime third player for Mike McEwen, now joining forces with Kevin Cooey, and BJ finally getting a chance to wear the Canadian maple leaf at a World Championship. Rearranges the front. Stone hanging around on the side 12-foot will make Glukov think a little bit more carefully about this stone. All of a sudden now the Canadians accumulating a bit.
Тоже так можно.
Так мне не очень нравится, честно говоря, потому что у них под гардом игра появляется.
Окей, давай тэп.
Сложно.
Чтобы наш лучше остался, чем этот.
Окей.
Nope, this is a guard. Has to be in a great place, Sander, otherwise the Russians could be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I wonder if they're actually playing the top here.
I think into the rings might even be a safer play. I'm with you.
I think they're trying to tap this Yellowstone top of the 8-foot down onto the pocket.
Marinov on the inside sweep, trying to hold line.
Doesn't have enough weight here. That's again not quite playing the button draw path, coming a little bit closer to the center line, a little bit fresh, probably a bit slower. We're hoping to tap that Yellowstone up. Actually, it doesn't even touch it
If I just get the
in the
two
end.
and leave the one in the center is fine.
Yep.
Try and
Yeah, it's thin.
Just miss this or just feather this.
Pretty thrown beach.
Well, the
think the
Canadians are
outturn-
hungrily eyeing up the double takeout, and there might be even a triple here. A risk of a jam on the stone on the button.
But if you
The one on your side first? Oh, right, yeah.
But if you skinny it first speed, it's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, if you just tickle it.
This one will not be light.
No.
Get. No.
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa.
Off.
Great off. Good shot, Beach. Very good.
Well, moved all three stones, but did leave the Russians
Good shot, Beach.
in, well, are they second shot or third shot? That's pretty close. There's BJ Neufeld.
Okay.
Wanted to catch the near stone first, but they hit the stone closest to the center line. That killed the momentum. Canada playing the red stones.
Почти правильно. Или прям сильный?
Nose double, Sander?
Seems to be.
В принципе, почти
Try and
как
run
у
this
них,
straight
что
back.
чуть пошире.
в лоб надо нам.
Окей.
Tiniest risk of a jam. If he catches the back stone a bit thick, might push it over to his own stone, but Glukov trying to eliminate at least one Canadian stone, hopefully two. Sergei Glukov, the Russian skip. There's one across the top for two. Double takeout by Glukov. hoping it would spin back for third shot. Not quite, but a very nice stone by the Russian skip. Artur saying, had it all the way. Goes across the top instead of straight back. And just rolls out of the rings, but very nice shot.
Sure. Yeah. Kind of weight you like.
Board.
So even in this situation, Sander, Canadian instinct is still to attack. Kevin Cooey looking to play a down weight inside hit and flop.
Nose is pretty good. Makes him make a good shot.
Try and make a little hit and roll here. It's tough to make a hit back for Russia. They might have to
Maybe a little.
draw, try and lie
Board.
to.
I think that's.
I like it.
Make sure not to leave a double. But if you do that, you could bring the 3 into play.
Kevin Cooey,
Whoa, whoa, never hit. Whoa, Ben.
44 years of age, the oldest player in the field.
Guys. Whoa. Whoa. Hard flash. No, no. Flash.
Sweeping for curl.
Good.
Gets to nose, just enough weight to push the Russian stone through the rings. And that's a good result. It's going to be difficult for Glukov to hit that stone, roll inside enough to get second shot.
That's pretty gradual, right? I like the way.
Yeah, so they're going to draw, and that's exactly what Canada were hoping for.
Seems a little more
Center's open.
flat.
They'll always have a shot for the single here, but if Glukov is not able to place this level with the yellow, it could be a double for a score of 3.
Окей.
Артура, сколько было он бросил?
Слушай, он по этой стороне что-то 8-2. 8-5.
His curling hero is another Kevin from Alberta. Care to take a guess?
Well, it might be Kevin Park, but I'm thinking it's probably Kevin Martin.
You are correct.
He's got better hair than all the Kevins.
Сильнее идет.
This one does not want to slide deep, though. Does not want to leave a crosshouse double. Well, has it.
10, да.
Well, you know, it's pretty flat, but you're playing a guy called Kevin Cooey.
What do you think?
Doesn't look like it's there to me. How about you?
This is Kevin Cooey. Looks like it's there to him.
We just probably do this. Well, I mean,
It does look there to me, actually.
Yeah, Kevin wants to play it.
you like throwing that out?
Yeah.
Yeah, never in doubt. Never been a flat crosshouse double for a bundle that Kevin Cooey doesn't like.
It's not like drawing the forfeit here is a lot easier.
That's true.
The tolerance here is you make the hit and you roll to the button for the single.
Yeah, or even if you're to roll out, you're only dropping a 1, so it's definitely there on the risk-reward scale. Chance for a 3.
Rocks have looked pretty lively. Ice is pretty quick. You can certainly throw enough weight.
No
Just
doubt.
Curious to see how much momentum they can get off of the first one here.
Whoa. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Yes.
It's close.
Whoa. Come on, Beach. Go. Keep going. Holy shit. What a shot. Pretty good.
And out of nowhere, it's 3. Kevin Cooey doing what Kevin Cooey does. Flat crosshouse double, and Canada scores 3. How do you like that? To the delight of the hometown crowd after one end, it's Canada 3 and Russia no score. Canada throws a 3 spot on the board to open the game. Session number 2, our feature game, Canada versus Russia. We're live at the NMAX Arena in beautiful Lethbridge, Alberta, at the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship. It's Hans Fraunlob here with Sander Rolvag.
Line's good now.
Sander, what can you say about Kevin Cooey?
Well, he throws it hard enough and pretty accurate as well. That's funny, his third.
I don't think it's there.
I don't think it's there.
As soon as those words came out of his mouth, I knew what Kevin's next answer was.
Exactly.
I think it is.
I don't think he's been playing with Cooey for long enough.
Yeah. And in case you're wondering at home, that's not an easy shot that Kevin just made.
No, that is pretty good. Ended up catching the underside of the second rock.
Yeah. He made it for 3 the only way he could have made it for 3.
Yeah, I think so.
Corner guard up for the Russians. They're going to try to get back into this game with a pair of their own. Ben Hebert for Canada, the Canadian lead, throwing the second stone of the end.
Where are you?
Gotta go for top 12.
It's tough for Russia, you know, you throw your last stone there.
Yeah.
Feel pretty happy with it. Any other skip in the field,
Yeah,
probably it's a force. But, you know,
Hard.
need to be perfect.
Good scrub, guys.
Yeah, you can't just be excellent against Kevin Cooey when you're trying to set stones cross house. If they're not perfectly parallel, he'll have a go. Especially when there's a 3 in the wind if he makes it.
Well, they scored a 3 early in Korea as well. And that game ended up going to 11.
Well, that's true. Kim Soo-hyuk, his Korean team played very well this afternoon against the Canadians.
So what I'm saying is there's quite a lot of curling left in this one.
10 end game. It's one of the great curling cliches. If you're going to drop a big end, drop it in the first.
What do you got? Not much? I got a third. A big quarter.
Is there a huge difference between a big quarter and a third?
Well, keep waiting for them to use the 5/16 or something like that. You know, just get that increment down a little bit finer.
Well, you always hear that, you know, thin half or a third.
Yeah.
A little heavy. Whoa, heavy. More.
Thick quarter, thin third. Colton Flash.
Yep.
Trying to hit what he can see.
Yep.
Really nice roll by Kalab to have them chase here. And you can hear Cooey not wanting to leave
Wait in the end.
the shot stone right there, or the thrown rock rather, because now Russia comes around the corner and have backing. They might be better off just rolling out there actually, if you're Canada. They had a roll in, but that was very hard to do.
Dmitry Mironov, there we see the lights going green as he releases. That's the automatic hog line detector. If the hand is still on the handle, when it goes over that black near hog line, the light would flash red and the stone would come out of play. So just as you said, Sander, that stone in the back ring
It's buried, but it's there. I got to the nose last
causing a
time.
bit of
I
trouble
like
for the
it.
Canadians.
If I hit the guard, hit the guard. Now you stay kill. Don't mind that. Huh. Okay.
Thought about coming around to play a hit, but Kevin Cooey with the 3-point lead, I think making a sensible percentage call here, Sander.
Yeah, just playing it a little more simple here.
Shot.
Rips the corner guard. Glukov looking to replace that guard.
Oh, it'd be shame for a shit. Добавил вообще.
Меня норма.
Шире. Артур! Артур! Артур, ты! Вали до конца,
Trying to keep this stone moving to get some cover, but I'm not sure if it's moved enough.
Get rid of ours too. Good.
What do you got?
I got half. Blast it. In control, or I guess leaving our.
Throw good board.
Okay.
If it takes off, you could probably jam this, so just. Good board.
Kill it.
Kevin Cooey asking for good board weight from BJ Neufeld.
Good board. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Ben Hebert cheering on Colton Flash on the brush. Now they'll switch to try and get a little bit of late
Oh,
curl.
good sweep, Flash. That's a man shove.
Still leaves a lot of shrapnel on the wing, though. Russia just needs to be nibbling the 8-foot. Doesn't necessarily even have to be fully buried here. It'll be very tough for Canada to remove.
Artur Ali will try to duck around the corner.
С свипом немного. 6 до, 8 до. Хорошо. Антон, свип. Норма вес, норма вес. Свип. Только линия. Линия есть. 8. Свип, Антон. Вес. Свип. Полностью свип. Ближе белым. Свип.
Oh, big rush by the Russian sweepers, but this is going to come up light. Just biting the front 12, and Canada lies 3. And there we got to go look at the chief ice technician, Jamie Barassa. Doing a lot of hard work. Nice to see the ice techs get some recognition, as well as the volunteers and the officials. And they spend a lot of time at the rink making sure that everything is just perfect for the athletes. And we certainly appreciate all of their efforts.
And ice looking really good already on the first day. Lots of movement, lots of curl. Ice is looking pretty quick as well.
I don't want to pop it out.
BJ Neufeld throws it half in the front button. Might just have popped out on the outturn side. Canada lies 4. Lots of room on the left-hand side of our screen, though, if Ali can get to the shot rock and roll it to the left and get behind cover. Russia could still manufacture a couple here. There we can see maybe a quarter available. If he's going to get the roll, he's going to need about board weight, isn't he, Sander? Even if he hits it thin.
Yeah, I heard control should be probably around board weight for the Russians. That's actually over curling this, I think.
Yeah, they just missed the sweeping read on that one. Had a pretty good looking shot, but hasn't rolled far enough. Good attempt. Couldn't throw much more weight than that. Just needed to jump the sweeping a wee bit earlier.
If he rolls into this, what are we doing? If I do that. Oh, right. This is pretty good. Yeah, nose is the best. Nose or else
Roll to the back button.
Yeah, I'm thinking like good hack. I think this will curl up in here. What do you think of that?
Kevin Cooey doing the calculations in his brain. Seem to be happy with either being on the nose or...
Just hack with that ice?
Yeah, I'm not... I guess I don't have to get cute with this.
But it looks like hack to me.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I had good hack in my head.
Okay, that's good, I think. Sure, I like that too. I think you'll get to it. Yeah, Gina, roll this to the 4 foot's nice. Yeah.
So Kevin Cooey always verbalizes as he gets into the hack the weight that he wants to throw. And I think that's a good tip for new players. Always
Just hack.
make that final thought the positive thought.
And also everyone chipping in on the ice.
Yep.
So if Kevin Cooey and BJ Neufeld agreed they want to play hack with that broom, And you hear the same from the front end without even asking. You feel pretty confident that the brim's in the right spot.
Kind of in between the two results that Cooey was looking for. So either nose or roll behind the center guard, kind of left it in no man's land in between.
Good shot. If he does roll into that, you can come off of this too. Somewhat natural.
Canada lies 4. Still a chance. Russia's got 2 options now. They can roll behind the center guard or roll to the right of the picture behind the corner guard. Which one do you think is preferable, Sander?
I think rolling towards the corner, you have a bit more room for error there. It's a bit more cover, really.
Sergei Glukov eyes it up.
Чуть выше вес, ближе к среднему. Меньше попасть.
Want to save the shooter. They're going to roll, but have they rolled too far? No, that's worked out okay for Glukov. Russia is shot. But have they left a chance for Cooey to pick it out of there?
Yeah, this is 2, 3, and 4.
Just nose a little low.
Yeah.
A little aggressive on the roll. Sander rolled a little bit further than they needed it
Nose
to.
or anything low, eh? Yeah. Anything low is fine.
Well, there's a couple of options there. You know, you curl a bit more, get a shorter roll, or
I guess he can
even
try that double.
catch a little bit thinner. You don't roll up into the open. You essentially make the double and stick it in behind cover.
No chance.
So
0.
got a little bit caught in between the two good options there, Russia.
Heard the Canadians say the only bad place to hit this stone is on the high side.
Yep. Hard, Ben.
Jumping it immediately. He didn't like it.
Hard, but up hard, right to it.
Oh, great brushing by Ben Hebert. Saved that one. That flirted with the corner guard. You could hear the anxiety in the voice right out of hand, Sander.
Yeah. Cooey doesn't necessarily express himself a lot, but he did look a bit worried there.
Get a look at the inside sweep, Ben Hebert. Holding the line. Getting it done. Canada lies 2.
There's no double there. No, I don't think so. Not from down here, no.
Well, the Russians are eyeing up this long crosshouse double.
Побольше попадем и оставим его.
Canadians don't think it's there, but I wonder if the Russians think it's there. Well, we can see the brush pat on the forefoot. They're not going to try it.
I think if Cooey doesn't see it, I'm not sure who will.
Who can throw it harder than me, says Kevin Cooey.
I can understand Glukov, though, just seeing Cooey throw that flat double in the first. You'd love to do it right back.
Well, you're kind of tempted. That would be a bit of a statement if you could, but yeah, that's a 10-foot cross-house roll. That's a tough shot. So Glukov is electing to draw for a single.
Плюс. Линия шире. Линия шире, внимательно.
Здесь норма. Здесь хороший. Итак.
Dunkalab keeping it moving. Now Mironov joins in the action. No problem there. Nice shot by Sergei Glukov. Full into the forefoot, biting the button for a single point. But a good force by Team Canada. That man, Ben Hebert, with the great sweep on the final takeout by Kevin Cooey. We've got 2 ends in the books. It's Canada 3 and Russia 1.
Hit what they can see, make the double and score 2. Scrub Sundgren, put on it. Get by, make the double, spin him right out. Look at that. World champ makes the double. They'll score 2 in the second end. What a shot from the reigning champ to score the deuce with the hammer. Leads 2-1.
Keep you across all of the action here on our second session at the World Men's. On sheet A, Norway and Switzerland are tied up at 1. Canada in our feature game leading Russia by a 3-1 score. On sheet C, Sweden with a 2-1 lead over China, and Germany and Italy are tied up on sheet D at 1-1. There we get a wide look here at the NMAX Center. Nice crowd in here on a Saturday night, enjoying the finest men's curlers in the world, showing what they can do. Canada with a 3-1 lead as we start the third end of play. It's been a pretty lovely day in southern Alberta, Sander. Sun is shining, spring is in the air.
Yeah, it's not bad, especially considering it was the -20s a month ago.
I'm sure folks in this part of the world are really looking forward to spring. Very agricultural area down here in southern Alberta. So I'm sure the farmers are getting ready for a new season. There's Ben Hebert.
Right to it. Yep.
It's from Regina, Saskatchewan. Just a province over.
Another grain growing province in Canada. And there's Colton Flash. One of the 2 new members of Team Cooey this year. After a disappointing Olympic experience in 2018 for Kevin Cooey, this team retooled itself this year, bringing in Colton Flash and BJ Neufeld, and just have not missed a beat.
Yeah, seemed to work pretty well. Won the Brier Canadian Championship.
You get the feeling that Kevin could just go and find 3 guys in the park and bring them on the ice and somehow still be successful. He's just amazing how with any combination of players, all he does is win.
Freddie floater. Well, it wasn't heavy either. Shot.
Dmitry Mironov.
You can feel Canada already playing the scoreboard here. Don't mind the blank in the third here to get control of the even ends. Up by 2 as well.
Yep, not quite in cruise mode yet for the Canadians, but certainly in control early. We'll go after the Russians a bit here. Colton Flash being asked to throw a corner guard. I kind of like that, Sander. After scoring the 3 in the first, getting the force back, you know, instead of just kind of peeling it out and just keeping the Russians feeling like they're in the game, go right after them.
Nice flash.
Keep the pressure on. If you can score another deuce yourself, then you've got a chance to maybe run away and hide.
Yep, can really a good chance to kill a team's confidence. Score 2, up by 4, 5-1 on the scoreboard. You're not feeling great if you're Russia then.
Yeah.
Counter-attack by Russia now.
Say, okay, you throw the corner guard, we're going to throw a center guard. So, game on. 2 guards in play. Just off the center line. So we'll see which one Cooey decides he wants to use.
Guard.
So the corner guard just delivered by Colton Flash. Now he's going to get a chance to use it himself. Cooey asking him to draw around that corner guard.
Benny's. wait for it if the weight's good.
Line's good.
Just above the tee.
Line's great. Got a curl bit.
Hard bend, hard bend, hard bend, hard bend, hard bend.
Hard bend. Here, no. Line's good. Line's perfect. It's overburied.
Great job.
There you go, Fox.
Very nice stone by Colton Flash.
Probably I split about the same. It's a bit more perfect. Yeah.
We see the
You did because I got the
Canadians. There we see the result. Fully buried, and Glukov,
Средний.
no real option but to run the corner off.
Знаю, зачем играть.
Well, there is an option. He could go around his own center guard, but that's really playing with fire.
И ролл в центр.
Давай снаружи.
Средний, дай.
Да.
Наверное, сильно не впихивай.
Could double them and roll to a center guard position. That would be a great result.
Yeah, and you might get 2 overlapped center guards, so there's a bit more room. A little bit more cover if you ever decide to actually draw around the centers later on.
Wow.
Artur Ali. Well, that's the worst of all worlds.
Сильно был, ушел. Че?
Tried to get some action on the stone in the rings. Didn't curl enough, and now the Canadians
over curl it.
green light go.
Yeah, you could do.
Make it. Or you go around off.
Okay, so we're just looking for like top 8 depth. Speed will be nice.
BJ Neufeld helpfully telling us where this one's going to go.
Line's good, Benny.
Wait only.
If you have to, you got lots of room.
Just top 8, guys. You got room. A lot of room.
Weight's good.
Okay.
Flash, if you can finish it a little.
Hold it.
Weight's good, Beach.
Bite the forefoot's okay. Finish it.
It's there, Flash.
Whoa.
Very good. Good shot.
There's the Canadian coach, John Dunn.
Здесь нормально валит. Можно даже лобово достать.
Off the top one and the bonus of the one in the rings.
Вес. Колодка.
Борт.
Maybe a quarter available for Ali on the outturn here.
Ты чуть посильнее.
Warning lights are kind of flashing though for the Russians.
Нет, Сирия. Антон.
Wants to push the Canadian stone out of the rings if he can.
Вали. Ролл.
He's going to move it. Is he going to get it out of the rings though? I don't know if it's going or not. No, it will just bite the back 12 foot.
Well, that is trouble.
Yep, the 3 is now absolutely on for the Canadians. Maximum separation between the Canadian stones and the 12 foot, so BJ Neufeld,
Easy control.
where would he be looking to roll this one, Sander?
Clean.
Not sure what they wanted to do here.
Yep.
I don't think they'll be looking to roll in behind the center, just keep it on the nose probably.
Canada lies 3.
Кажется, можно 2.
Comparison simpler. And will make them go away. So look
Not the kind of shot you want to be looking at early in the game if you're Sergei Glukov.
Может даже получится вот так.
Нет. Бьем вот так. Туда.
В край, да, совсем?
Сильный тейк, да.
There's a chance to remove 2 of them.
Я не думаю, что он туда пойдет.
Slightly awkward angle for the double takeout. Has to catch the top one pretty thin.
If you're good and maybe a tad lucky as well, you might get the double. Could potentially roll the shooter up and underneath that center guard.
And if you could ever throw it hard enough, you might get all 3. So that'd be kind of a miracle shot, make the triple and spin up in front behind the corner guard. Glukov, first things first, wants to eliminate something. There's the double. Almost gets the action on the back stone. Nice shot.
Yeah, what are you trying? Just
That reduces the damage a bit for the Russians.
That he knows it.
make it, huh?
Oh yeah, he's gonna pull it.
Yeah, так.
Some concerned expressions on the Russian faces.
Kind of wait.
Just nose it. I think try the double. Same as BJ.
Bit of debate about where they wanted to leave this one, Sander, but it sounds to me like they're just happy to leave it right on the nose.
I think that leaves a pretty tough angle for the double.
It's Kevin Cooey.
Whoa. Queen. Whoa, off. Whoa. Queen. Whoa.
Cooey's worried about saving the shooter, but no worries at all there. Canada lies 2. It's tempting. That's a mighty, mighty long crosshouse double.
I'd say this one's on though.
It's a long roll, but the angles are better, definitely. Hit half, go right across the house. Playing out turn this time. Sure doesn't want to float this one. Got a corner guard up the top of left of our picture.
I think you get a bit of a flatter roll with the out turn, but you're right.
There's
Does
the
run
angle.
pretty straight.
There's the angle for the double takeout.
Get both your sweepers on the roll here.
Yep. 3 of you can sweep before the tee line. Glukov.
Whoa. Whoa.
No.
Well, they get the cross house. Now again, they sweep it for a freeze. Oh, that was a great try, but it comes up just a foot short. So it will be an open hit for 2 for Canada.
I don't like baby in it.
I think I had to throw it maybe even a bit harder. Maybe catch it a hair thinner. It's a pretty tough double to make.
Yeah. Well, he certainly had the right direction for the double, but you're right, Sander probably had to throw it another 30 feet harder. Control weight being called by Kevin Cooey. Nose hit would score a pair for the Canadians.
Whoa. Whoa, big.
Last stone of the third end is on its way for the Canadians.
Clean it. Whoa. Flash clean. Clean it.
Well, they don't sound concerned. And that's why. Right to the nose, no problem there for Kevin Cooey. Crowd in Lethbridge appreciative. Canadians skip faultless after 3 ends of play. It's Canada 5 and Russia 1. We are live at the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship 2019. Our feature game is Canada versus Russia. And so far, Sandra Rolvag, it is going entirely the Canadians' way as Ben Hebert gets us underway in the fourth end.
Yeah, pretty textbook so far. Slightly better than textbook even. You say score 2, give away 1, score 2 back, but with the 3 and the first end as well is going, well, just a lot better than expected, I think, for Canada.
So it's more like a quality fiction novel more than a textbook for the Canadians so far. They're telling the story they want to tell. Russia facing an uphill climb. Very important that they score a pair here in this fourth if they can. Anton Kalau, 95% for the tournament. Early in the tournament, of course. It's day 1, opening day of the tournament. 13 member associations are competing. Top 6 will advance after the round robin phase. There's a real prize at stake for finishing at the top of the round robin. Teams ranked number 1 and number 2 go straight to the semifinal. Teams below that play in a qualification game. Number 3 plays against number 6, and number 4 plays against number 5. The winners of those games also go on to the semifinal. And it's a high quality field, as you'd expect at a World Championship this week. And of the half dozen teams that will make the playoffs, any one of them could win it. But if you're finishing in the top 2, you're saving yourself a game. So there's definitely a benefit to winning the round robin, Sander.
Yeah, always nice to get a bye into the semi-final. I quite like the playoff format. You get another couple of knockout games with the qualification games. So a lot more fun for the fans as well.
It's exciting for us too.
Yep.
Russia just playing control weight, wanting to save their shooter. It's on Kalau.
Control weight. Throw a good one.
Staying pretty patient, Russia. Could have seen them throw another corner guard or come around the corner. But you know what's coming next if they do. A center guard from Canada, and there's a lot of rocks along the center line to deal with.
Yep. Yes! Hard, Benny.
Toss.
Good shot.
Nose hit from Flash.
So you see now those red stones not online anymore, so Russia can slowly create a bit more room to score.
Corner guard to the right of our picture. Dmitry Mironov will try to get something around there. Da. Say Team Russia. Just off nose.
Not bad.
Sits in the open.
Same weight. I think we go behind ours.
There's the target line being held for Colton Flash. Green light means it's a legal throw.
Whoa. Yep.
Couple of options for the roll here. I think they're looking to roll to the inside behind their own. Just didn't curl enough.
Yes, был впритык. Light board. Хорошо был.
Mironov.
Хороший вес. Форт. Легко. Отличный вес. Сип. Сип. Да блин, да что такое? Сип. Roll.
Looking for a roll. get a small one. Maybe hides a corner.
По приходу.
Kevin Cooey will ask BJ Neufeld to say das Vidania to that rock. 90% so far for the week for BJ.
For the day, anyway.
That's true. The tournament is today.
Right to it, yes.
Good.
Gets a little outside flop. That's a bit cheeky. Making life tough for the Russians.
По сути, это гард. Сдвоенный. Здесь валит, можно завести сюда.
Можно попробовать. Так, так.
Даже если ты будешь зайти, это уже завязка какая-то нормальная. Ролл в центр нету, да, там? Ролл в центр? Зачем? Нам на краю надо играть.
Nothing really appealing for the Russians here, Sander.
You can hit the rock in behind the corner and try and roll to the center line. Pretty tough to make the roll, but at least you open up corner guard. But it's getting a little late in the end, I think. Sergei Glukov here thinking, well, you need to make a shot here and leave something difficult for Canada. Keep making the hit and roll and stay open. You're not going to force a mistake. So playing a bit more of a tough shot here, but drawing around the red stone on the wing.
Давайте, мужики, линия супер! Сип! Давай, Антох, отличная линия! Сип, сип, сип!
Mironov, Kalab trying to drag it around. Oh, great brushing by Team Russia, and they get that stone into the 8-foot. Half around that stone in the 12. Nice job.
Yeah, beautiful draw. Much more like it.
Great look at it there. 3/4 hidden. Corner of it available for BJ Neufeld.
You don't have much?
I think he peels.
Just pick it.
Kevin doesn't look convinced.
Same weight I just threw.
Germany, Italy, the two European teams battling it out on sheet D.
Well, the Canadians are going to make a play at it. BJ Neufeld wants to pick it out. I don't think Kevin was so enthusiastic about this option, but he's going along with it. He says, BJ, you're going to throw it.
Whoa! Whoa, close!
Daniel!
Whoa, Daniel! Daniel!
Oh, man. BJ Neufeld makes it look easy. Great shot. Canadians are like surgeons out there tonight, Sander.
Yeah, so far, looking pretty good.
Artur Ali will give it another go. Trying to draw around the stone in the 12-foot circle.
It's tough to make that draw much better, really.
Yeah.
And this time they're not even close.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Comes up light.
You threw here.
Now
What
the
do you?
Canadians.
It's good, hey?
Golden opportunity to go right into the pin.
Probably not.
This game is in danger of getting away from the Russians if the Canadians could steal again here.
Good. Yeah, same as your film last game. Yeah.
Kevin Cooey.
Mine's good.
Definitely light.
Drops
Hard
the brush,
line.
picks it up.
Line's good, guys. Wait only. Line's good.
Light. Gotta go.
Go then. Go then. Line's good.
Missed a couple of draws against Korea today
Hard flush.
in the afternoon.
Well, this one also is light.
Benny, go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
So the first chink in the armor for the Canadians, as you mentioned, Sander. Kevin struggling a little bit with draws. Chance for the Russians now to capitalize. Front stone's kind of staggered.
7 on that.
Great chance for the Russians to duck around behind them and set up their 2.
Видишь? Место у тебя аж белое. Чуть 7-5.
Не заскали сколько?
Понимаешь, что места не очень много, но...
Почему места немного? У нас много
Я
места.
имею в виду это. Надо и дуть.
After Cooey Stone comes up light like that, Sander, does it make the thrower recalibrate a little bit and make you somehow doubt that that path is as quick as you think it might be?
For Glukov, you mean?
For Glukov.
Yeah, it can do, but they have stopwatches, so they should be able to time Cooey's draw compared to the others. So should have a pretty good guess.
Important shot for Glukov. Russians looking to build some kind of momentum in this game. That's well by the guard. Good looking weight though. How much cover can they get? Comes to rest just on the front of the tee line. Nice shot. 3/4 hidden. There's Alexander Kozyev. Russian coach taking some notes. Taking a lot of notes.
Same speed on this side, Kev.
So, Canada just tipping the cap and say, okay, that one was too good on the in-turn side. We're just going to come around the out-turn side and try to sit on top of you and maybe bite front button to lie one behind cover. Kevin Cooey, light on his first draw. Let's see what he does with this one.
Wait only. Room.
And then you play this path, which might be quicker.
Top button. Line's good. Yep. Hard line.
Hebert thinks it needs it. He's putting his head down and working hard.
It's great. Room. Yep. Hard. Hard. There. Whoa then. Whoa then. Sit.
Tiny bounce, but a very nice shot from Kevin Cooey. Actually overswept it fractionally.
Well, they didn't have much room on the guard.
Good throw.
Just about hog line in. They seem slightly indecisive about the line. Great shot though. But a chance for Glukov if he can follow that one down and add a foot of weight. Only has to push the Canadian stone about one rock width to score a pair. Tough shot, but makeable. And if you're Russia in this situation, you got to play it. Scoring two here is really important. Throw it to the tee line. Sweep for the bump.
Well, there's not really many options either to score the single. It's pretty much the same shot. You have to move the red, so you might as well move it 2 feet instead of just the 1 foot.
If you're going to move it, you might as well get 2. Glukov. Back line, say the sweepers. That's a lot of weight. Great looking line. Good looking shot. Oh, just didn't get enough contact to push it back straight enough to get the pair. It's a single point for Russia. Great try from Sergei Glukov. Didn't quite curl enough. Great try, but it comes up just short. Russia scores a single point, and after 4 ends of play, it is Canada 5 and Russia 2. Saturday night at the NMAX Center in Lethbridge, Alberta. We are live at the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship. Hans Frauenlob here with Sander Rolvag. Our feature game, Canada-Russia. Canada holding a 5-2 lead. Great final attempt by Sergei Glukov in the fourth to try and get a pair. Just missed it. Got a single. So Canada has the hammer here in 5. We're on the fringe of the prairie, Sander, and the Canadians looking like they could be riding off into the distance if they could get another multiple score here in the 5th.
Well, you paint a lovely picture, Hans.
It's a grand prairie here in Western Canada. They say parts of the prairie are so flat, if your dog goes off for a run, you can still see the tail wagging in the distance for about 40 miles.
Oh, you got to go hard, BJ.
Flat as the proverbial pancake.
I've heard that before.
Okay, we're good.
A little closer to the Rocky Mountains here in Lethbridge, so it's a little hilly route in this part of the prairie.
You got Banff in the distance as well.
Yeah, it's a lovely area. Central southern Alberta. And there is the venue. Lovely venue, this NMAX Center. Just about ideal for curling. Fans up nice and close to the action. Anton Kalab. Stone slides a little deep, back 8 foot.
Even just, yeah.
It's going to be a bump at the sliver. Oh, nice little bit.
Oh, no.
Try to get the perfect line. I got a little less.
Kind of get the feeling that the Canadians want to go for the jugular in this end, Sander. Going to sit one right on top of their stone behind that guard.
You got to go hard, Beej.
Hard, guys. Line's good.
Come on, Beej, hard for weight. Come on, boys.
Feels like they're going to try to fill the rings.
Keep going. Just go for weight. Keep going, Flash. Finish it in there. Yeah.
I touched it at the hog line.
Okay, BJ
I
Neufeld
touched
says,
it at the hog line.
I touched the stone, so that's a foul. Sergei Glukov has the option. BJ Neufeld showing the spirit of curling and admitted that after the hog line, he touched the stone. Glukov would have had an option if he thought that the path had veered to have the stone relocated somewhere else. But elected to leave the stone there.
Pretty sportsmanlike of Glukov as well.
Well, it's one of the things that makes our game what it is. We'll get a look at the replay here and see where he got the contact on the rock.
Couldn't have been much.
No,
hard to see.
Certainly didn't look like it altered the path of the stone at all.
It's maybe the weight, if anything. I wasn't helping Canada, I think.
Still, it's an awful feeling when you're a player, and we've all been there. As that stone pushes in the rings, but just hangs around the back 12 foot. When your brush makes contact with the running stone, it's always a sickening feeling for a player.
Try to make this double. Like on the high, like the...
Still doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't. And considering how aggressively the players sweep today,
probably roll out though.
It is surprising that it doesn't happen more often.
Normal.
Especially now.
Normal?
A lot of players over the top of the stone trying to get the directional sweep angle as well, so that brings the brush even closer to the rock.
Hang your shooter.
Colton Flash lining them up, thinking double takeout.
Hard, ready.
Hard! Whoa. Hard!
Hard. I don't know. Hard.
Whoa, hard, whoa.
Okay.
Jammed on the stone in the back. I think Kevin saw that at the very last moment. Said, uh-oh, there's that back one too. So Russia with a chance to lie too and get a little inside flop behind that center. Give the Canadians something to think about. Canada does have the hammer here in 5. This Canadian team, definitely one of the favorites coming into the tournament. There's a nice inside roll. That's about as good as you can make it. And Russia lies 2. There's a great look. Stuffed right behind that center guard. Canadians, though, think they can get to it. Good news for them, it's quite a long guard. So a chance with down weight for Colton Flash to get a bit of curl past the guard and get to the Russian stone.
Yep. Clean. Hard. Whoa. Close. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Yeah, we're
Whoa. Yeah, kill it.
Good shot.
Good shot, Bosch.
Great shot.
Good sweep, Beach.
Sits in front of the Russian stone now. Let's see. Glukov tapping his foot. That's a weight indication to his teammate. Most teams, when they tap the foot, that means hack weight.
Вот так. Да.
Yes.
Well, hack is pretty international.
What's the Russian word for hack?
Well,
hack?
No, actually, it's kolotka.
Kolotka.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's pretty much the only language where hack isn't used.
Okay. Kolotka weight.
I believe it's a part of a car, which looks like the hack we use for curling.
Okay. Well, that's a little touch 'em up, bumping up, Kolotka weight tap shot there from the Russians.
Cheeky.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the Ladas. Yeah, it's a Kolotka. I always learn something calling a game with you, Sander Rovak.
Wish I could say the same.
No.
Touche. BJ Neufeld.
Fine.
Oh, well, that's hard to do. Slammed it through a forest. Didn't hit anything.
Almost don't mind that.
No, that's fine.
I mean,
It's
only gonna get easier. That shot.
The guard can't get any harder.
Because the worst is if I would have just missed that, like it's been.
And here's what the fans are seeing at the NMAX Center. Great sight lines for curling. Nice crowds here on opening day, and I expect we'll see nice crowds through the week. A lot of curling fans in this part of Canada. And as the week progresses, I'm sure we'll see fans rolling in from all around the world. There's usually a Scottish contingent. Now this stone is going to come up short. Will it get over the hog line? No, it does not. It comes out of play.
What a let-off for Canada.
Wow.
You want to plant the same way?
Near
A
enough.
little high.
Yeah, a little high, I think.
Don't throw it hard.
Out to rally. Bad result. Good chance now for Neufeld to double these off. And
Hard.
once again, Canada could be lighting up the scoreboard.
Hard. Whoa. Yep. Yes.
Yeah, again, just slightly missed the sweeping read. Cooey was looking for a little sweep at the end, but Colton Flash was already off balance and couldn't get those last few licks in.
Sorry, Beach.
Just needed to hit the top stone a little bit more on the right. Kevin Cooey apologizes to Neufeld. Said sorry about that, Beach. Just missed the read a little bit.
Слабый тейк.
So a chance for the Russians to lie to and maybe get out of jail here, Sander.
Да, но такой, чтобы он не на прямой встал, а чтобы какие-нибудь углы были.
Yeah, momentum shifting quite a few times here. Double there. Could have seen another 3 on the board for Canada.
Yeah.
Could be forced now.
Kolotka weight.
Maybe a bit more this time.
Kolotka plus. Well, gets the roll, jams, gets a double, that works. And he rolls it far enough that the Canadians can't double them off and stick in the ring, so that's a pretty good result. Deuce is still very much on for the Canadians, though. And we get a look at the replay. Picks off the stone in the back 12.
Здесь тоже смотри вот эти сколько.
Remember, I threw that one kind of good control, and it didn't curl as much.
Right. Yeah. You going control?
I'm throwing the same as that one.
Okay.
Well, the memory of great skips. And Kevin Cooey is certainly a great skip.
He knows the back, and then he knows.
I threw one right down this spot earlier in the game.
Thin. Still? Okay.
Could just rip the double, too.
That.
Could just rip the double, too.
I like this.
Okay.
Kind of wait.
BJ Neufeld giving Cooey an option, but Cooey's,
Kind of like good control.
yeah, just wants to throw control weight. Hit the top stone and either roll in front of the Russian stone in the back 12 or roll behind his own stone in the front 12.
The thinking there from Neufeld is could blank this end and carry the hammer into the even ends, but Cooey want to keep the pressure on Russia here.
Well, this one may roll too far.
Fine.
Oh, that's not bad. Very good shot, actually, by Kevin Cooey.
Nice shot, Kev.
And all of a sudden, the threat of a 3 or a 4 is back on again. Wanted to stop right about there, but that's a pretty good roll. Perfectly behind the front stone.
Yeah, totally agree.
They're coming down a bit. That was a little wider.
У тебя гард с 10 не свалился. Да. Я думаю, что...
So Glukov, the only option really is to weld on top of the Canadian stone.
Затирайте, да.
Просто у нас там, да, даже этот контакт. Если он пойдет по линии.
Зайти, да, там?
Да.
Блин, давай 8.
Чуть меньше льда, Артур. Артур!
Займы, да?
Asking Artur Ali to just tighten the brush line up just a fraction. Kind of a game shot here, Sander. It's only the 5th end, but if Glukov doesn't get this one into a great place and the Canadians get 3 or 4, it could be lights out. This one does not look heavy. And it is going to come up short. Oh my goodness. Open hit for 3.
У меня 8, я не знаю. У меня тот же вес, ребят. Ну, у всех
You can see the frustration on the Russian expressions. They know they're in jail now.
По крайней мере, либо само по себе, 14:50. Где он должен приходить?
Tough day at the office for Sergei Glukov and company. Suffered a big loss this afternoon against Scotland and now facing a veritable Rocky Mountain range against Team Canada.
Well, it's a pretty tough opening day.
Yeah. Final stone on its way. Kevin Cooey
Hard!
trying to cash in another 3.
Queen! Normal! Whoa!
Shot.
No problem there for the Canadians. It's another 3. Canada dominant at the halfway point. Canada leads it by a score of 8-2.
All of a sudden you're line two in a position to get the deuce. Maybe make it 4-2 into the break. Now you're going to be hopeful to try and just get one.
First end of action. Sergei Glukov of Russia, fractionally heavy with his draw. Canada's Kevin Cooey eyeing up a flat cross-house double to score 3 if he can make it. And look at that fantastic stone. Kevin Cooey puts a 3 on the board. Not many other players in the world making that shot, but Kevin Cooey making it look easy in the second end. Russia now with the hammer, facing 2. Sergei Glukov has to draw. Brings it into the 4-foot circle for a single point, and Russia is on the board. Third end, fairly routine final shot by comparison now for Kevin Cooey. Chance to score a 2 with a nose hit, and no problem there. The Canadians score a pair. In the fourth end, Glukov, Canadian stone on the button, just trying a heavy draw, wants to bump the Canadian stone to maybe score 2. Nearly perfect, but just not enough direct contact. It is a single point for Russia. Fifth end, another open hit for Kevin Cooey. Chance this time to score a 3. No problem there for the 2-time world champion. And Canada with an 8-2 lead at the midpoint of the game. So let's update all of the Session 2 action for you. On Sheet A, Switzerland with a 3-2 lead over Norway. In our feature game, Canada with an 8-2 lead over Russia. Sweden holding a 4-1 lead over China. And Italy is leading Germany by a 3-2 score. And here are the stats after 5 ends. As you'd expect, looking at the scoreboard, the statistical advantage very much in favor of the Canadians. No stolen points in this game, but Canada has been doing it with the hammer. Total percentages in favor of the Canadians in every department, and multiple point ends every time they've had the hammer for the Canadians. That's an 8-2 lead for them at the midpoint. Second half of this one is underway here at the NMAX Center in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. Southern Alberta, not too far from the US border. We are live. It's the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship, day one of the competition. Host nation Canada looking to make it a perfect opening day. They had a victory in extra ends earlier today against Kim Soo-hyuk of Korea, and trying to round out the day with a 2-win day if they can close this one out against Russia. Anton Kalal, 90% for the game. Well, as we often see in the sixth end, always a little bit quicker. Ice technicians run the mop up and down the ice at the fifth end break, and that causes the speed of the ice to be just that little bit quicker. And the Canadians have made a substitution. They've got Ted Appelman, their alternate player, into the game, replacing Ben Hebert. So great chance for the alternate to see a little bit of game action. Canadians very much in control of this game. Good chance to give Ben Hebert a rest as Ted Appelman welcomes himself into the game.
Шестой. Серьезно? Ну, может, не надо тогда?
Шестой, пятый, хороший вес.
Хорошо. Артур, легко, легко, легко.
Сип.
Пониже, пониже, пониже.
2 draws today. Tomorrow we'll move to a 3-draw day. Morning game, afternoon game, evening game.
Cut that off wouldn't be the worst. Like wide open. Yeah, I like this.
Right there's good.
So after coming into the game at the lead position,
I think it's good.
Colton Flash has a new
I got back
partner
eight.
on the brushes.
Hard then. Hard. Keep going, Bede. Keep going. Hit his pick. Hit his pick.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Canada lies 2.
Загар, либо фриз, Серег.
Colton Flash.
Или фриз, как вариант.
Они смогут бить. Давай сыграем это. Мы сейчас привезем, они ударят, у нас будет 1 тайм. Хорошо.
Dmitry Minonov.
Линия будет.
Gets it half around the corner guard, but with a big lead, Kevin Cooey wasting no time, not going to chase it. He'll ask Colton Flash to rip this corner guard.
Clean. Clean. Clean.
Whoa, whoa.
Clean.
Shot.
Corner guard disappears. Sander, interesting decision by the Canadians, giving Ben Hebert a rest and getting Ted Appelman into the game. I guess it's an ideal situation to bring an alternate in if you're, even though it's the first day of the tournament.
Yeah, you might not get that chance again for the rest of the week. Could be a lot of close games.
It is a long week. It's a 12-game round robin, and Ben Hebert works the brush harder than just about anybody out there, so if you can give him a couple of ends off, probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
I think the straight field.
Good corner guard by Russia, so Canada will again clear that corner. DJ Neufeld.
Whoa, Ted.
It's almost suffocating there. We can see Ben Hebert now on the bench having a chat with Jeff Stoughton.
And there is Ted Appelman. But any team in this field, it's tough to make a comeback on. But this Canadian team, it's almost suffocating. You're trailing by 6, trying to fight to stay in the game, but in your heart, you're thinking, this isn't going to happen tonight.
No, Ben Hebert, the first 5 ends, pretty good stone positioning, and then of course Flash and Neufeld with that upweight ability, and also QE even at the end is 3 pretty big hitters.
Yeah, Kevin can throw it.
Dead buried.
Yeah, okay.
So nice guards being thrown up by Team Russia. They're getting that corner guard replacement perfect every time. So the Canadians continuing as we're down at ice level with BJ Neufeld. That's saying something. BJ gets pretty low. Clears the corner again, like clockwork. Canada playing very well tonight. Kevin Cooey came up light on one draw that I can recall, but other than that, not many mistakes from this Canadian team tonight. They look dangerous.
Если фриз такой, то не будет. Фриз потом надо будет играть еще один раз.
Вот это вариант, да.
Пусть он ищет, мы будем искать 2 потом.
Is this the time you make the move if you're Sergei Glukov? You've had pretty good success protecting that cornerstone, but making a play on these stones in the rings, is this 1 rock early?
I don't mind it. I'm just not sure if you want to play the hit and roll. Maybe just come down, play a little tap or a freeze.
Ниже контрол.
Artur Ali, the Russian third.
Тип! Не бросайся. Не бросай, не бросай, не бросай. Небольшой ролл хотя бы небольшой.
Just on the nose. Easy pickings for Team Canada. They'll even look at the double, I think.
Нормально? Нормально? Ну что, валит?
Glukov.
Валит, все нормально.
Trying to hang in there in this game, but Canadians really not letting them in at all.
Димон сильнее кидал.
Okay, cool. Still going.
2/3?
Yeah, half.
Well, they're definitely trying the double. Heard Cooey say, gonna hit half the top stone. Take it off to the right, into the other Russian stone.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa, no.
He's got 1, he's got 2. Kevin Cooey doing Kevin Cooey things.
Okay. Cross, Kev.
Great toss.
Tremendous.
Came up a sliver, hey?
Pretty clinical today. Just
Right
another day at the office.
Yeah.
Фриз сюда пускай снимает.
Смотри углы, чтобы он сюда упирался.
Just a ferocious talent. And when you talk about the all-time greats in the game,
А мы как кидали?
even though he's won 2 world championships,
Давай меньше.
Kevin Cooey's name never seems to elevate into that, you know, into the GOAT category, greatest of all time. But boy, oh boy.
There's still time.
He's only 44. He hasn't peaked yet.
Alberta's a pretty tough province to come out of as well.
It sure is.
Been a couple of good teams over the years. The Furby team, Martin.
Yep, this has been a hotbed of Canadian curling, Canadian men's curling in particular. Yeah.
Now we have Botcher as well.
That's true. So the tradition continues out here in Western Canada. Sergei Glukov.
Впереду надо. Воу, линии много.
Пока многовато, ребят. Только Антон.
Вау. Вес
Только
надо.
Антон.
Воу. Точно надо.
Делай вес. Вот сюда.
Trying to corner freeze, somehow lock his own stone in there that Cooey can't make a play. It was a good try. Had to curl another quarter of a rock, but this will be pretty easy pickings for Kevin Cooey. We've all been there. Doing what you can, just not happening.
Throwing firm, or what are you throwing?
Good normal.
Good normal?
Weight's good. Normal.
The focus of Kevin Cooey.
Yep. Hard. Whoa. 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 Yep.
Watch the roll. Watch the roll. Watch the roll.
Canada lies 3. Glukov with no other option than hit the stone on the button. And there we see some celebrities in the house tonight. That is Canadian Prime Minister, former Canadian Prime Minister Stephen Harper. Big curling fan, as well as an ice hockey fan.
Yes.
From the province of Alberta. Sure, he's enjoying what he's seeing tonight. Sergei Glukov, not so much.
Слабее контроль. Вот.
Держать. Давай, Димон, держи. До конца.
Очень надо.
Well, nice shot there by Glukov. Hits and sticks against 3. Single point for the Russians. And after 6 ends of play, Canada in command, leading this one by a score of 8-3.
23.
Keep an eye on all the scores here for you. Keep you right up with all the action. Norway and Switzerland are tied up at 3 on sheet A. Canada with an 8-3 lead in our feature game. Sweden now way out in front of China, 7-1 in the 6th. And Italy now in a 7-2 lead over Germany. Sergei Glukov eyes it up, looks down at the scoreboard. It's not pretty reading if you're Russia. On the wrong end of an 8-3 scoreline against one of the best teams in the world, Kevin Cooey. Canada will have the hammer here in 7, and you get the feeling, Sander, that Canadians have done nothing but rack up multiple points with the hammer tonight. You get the feeling if they did that again in this end, Russia might just decide to get a night's sleep and call it a night.
Could be.
Ted Alpelman into the game, substituting for Ben Hebert at the break.
Yeah, tough to just come on the ice and find draw weight, but Appelman seems to have nailed it.
Yeah, nothing to it, says Ted. I'm ready. Put me in, coach.
Sweeper's delight as well.
That's absolutely right. When you drill it on the front forefoot behind cover and your sweepers don't have to lay a brush to it, that's a nice lead stone.
Yeah, so you put Ben Hebert on the bench to rest, and you keep the players on the ice resting as well.
Absolutely. Saturday night, we are live in Lethbridge, Alberta, at the NMAX Center. It's the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championship, Day 1. Canada trying to go 2-0 on the opening day.
I don't know.
Russia staring down the barrel of 0-2. It looked like somebody must have touched that stone going by. International signal for "Are we okay?" Thumbs up from Kevin Cooey. Sergei Glukov says, "Yeah, okay." Don't think it's going to matter that much, Kevin, but I'm good with that. Ted Appleman.
Pretty good, though.
Wait only. Line's nice. Girl. Get a room.
Wait's really nice.
Just
C'est ok les gars. Easy Sven. Ça a l'air assez vite là.
That one. It's a quarter of the way around the front stones. Canada wise 2.
No.
Too easy.
13.
3, yeah.
Game.
Combien?
3. Sorry.
So, Sander, not saying this has ever happened to you, but for a team like Russia, if you're suffering 2 big defeats on your opening day, how do you reset? It's a long week. What do you take away from an experience like today?
Well, I think when you look at the schedule and you saw you were playing Scotland and Canada on the first day, you were maybe prepared for that possibility. 2 really tough games, and hopefully you just think, well, we got 2 of the tough ones out of the way. We have lots of games left that we can win.
Yep. Gotta go.
Hopefully the Canada and Scotland's raised their game moving forwards.
Well, certainly giving them a benchmark of what they're going to need to do to win the tournament, that's for sure.
Exactly.
6 teams do make the playoffs. And as we've seen the last couple of years with the 13-team World Men's and Women's Championship, it's always around that 6-6, 7-5 one-loss record that puts you in the frame for the top 6. So even if you drop 2 on opening day, you're far from out of the tournament. Saying that, you'd much rather be 2-0 after the first day.
Легко, швец. Что вес? Легко. Свипом. 4-2. Линия отличная. 2 можно. Линия супер. Сип! Ой, сейчас учу. Сип.
Big effort by Ali and Kalab to drag it in. Kevin Cooey going to rip this center guard, Colton Flash. Can either just peel it out or run it back in. Either is good for the Canadians.
Just the straight peel. Keep it open. Canada's shot stone here, so Russia's going to have to make the move.
Stone a little tight.
Просто тэп! Да, зайти его тэпать. Мне нравится.
So the situation exactly the way the Canadians would like it when you're 5 up. No troublesome guards. You got your own stone in shot position. Artur Ali.
Больше ти! Линия чуть шире! Воу! Линия будет? Нет. Антон!
Веса нет.
Надо валить, Антон. Надо валить. Надо валить. Сип, угол хотя бы сохрани.
Пресс-контакт такой.
I don't know.
Вообще.
Kalab, all they can to drag that stone deep.
You just pick the top one, it's fine.
They are stacked up now.
First thought was to just pick the top one, yeah. He's thinking of sticking.
Come have a quick look.
Middle looks, I think. My thought's the middle, but if you can get that to middle and make that double. Yeah, if you just pick the top, it's fine too. Yeah.
Here's the mark of a champion team,
Try and
Sander.
pick it clean.
You're up 5. Kevin Cooey saying to BJ Neufeld, come down, take a look. You could just kind of mail it in and hit something and get lazy, but they're taking the time to really make sure they're making a good shot choice here. Tough angles for the Canadians.
Just pick that top one.
Pick the top one.
So after that brief discussion, they seem to have settled on just hitting that stone in the top of the 12-foot, just picking it off, playing it like a peel.
Whoa.
Yep.
Off. Yep. Whoa. Shot.
No problem there. Clean as a whistle for BJ Neufeld. Having a very nice game.
Он будет бить, возможно, прессорный.
Он будет все бить просто.
Не очень мне нравится, потому что он может
А
просто
ты сможешь?
вот так. У тебя будет 2.
Что, хороший вариант. Если нет, ты сделаешь вот это.
Мне нравится весь лайн, Артур, давай. Весь лайн просто сделай чуть-чуть посильнее, чем сейчас. Все.
Когда мы
Они
Когда разгребать
Они
будут?
сами разгребать будут. Может, уберут что-нибудь свое. Нам надо угол сохранить вот в этот камень.
Ага.
Они вот так вот сделают. Я просто боюсь, они все вместе сейчас желтые встанут, то на одной линии.
Они могут ошибиться.
The red stone's the Canadian stone. Remember, they've got last rock here in 7.
Очень сложно.
Дальше Серег, чуть побольше веса.
Да. Если я так сделаю, Димон, то я не...
The Russians know they have to move the front stones around a little bit, Sander, but the question is how far. Kevin Cooey looking on.
Мы сейчас его достанем только на -2 опять.
I'm going to play a tap on the top yellow here.
8-5 надо.
You see that red stone in the top 8 maybe be tapped back and onto the tee line, set up a little pocket.
8-5 предлагаю.
Russians with just over 12 minutes left on their time clock, but that's the least of their worries.
Со свипом то же самое.
Вес тоже! Линия отличная! Через! Сип! Линия!
Вес прить!
Сип!
They're really worried about the line. Is this stone over curling?
Уголков.
Pretty good weight, but over curls. And gosh, I hate to say this, Sander, but is there a triple takeout here again?
Could be.
Probably doesn't touch that. Probably, eh?
Yellow, yellow springs off the red, changes the angle across the top of the yellow. Maybe everything goes.
I was thinking the out, right in the crotch.
See, I was thinking of hitting this one first.
Yeah, like it's not bad. Yeah, it should still fly out, right, if it rubs the 7.
Just make this double and sit there and...
That red stone, it looks like it's going to jam the yellow stone in the front 4-foot, but it'll just deflect a tiny bit off that red stone just in front of the 4-foot, change the angle, and knowing how hard BJ Neufeld can throw it,
You can thin this.
he can make them all. Side bets, anybody? What do you think? Gonna make this?
That's what I'm thinking.
I like the end.
He's thinking the other one. If we hit this one first.
Just miss this one.
Hit the left one first. That's the in.
Okay, beat shorter, but yeah, just tickle that one.
Whoa. Whoa. Off. Come on. Off.
Willing it to curl. Just hit the outside stone first.
Okay.
Not a bad result for the Canadians.
Shot.
Wanted to hit the stone on the center line first. Watch the contact. Hits the outside stone first.
Yeah, so it doesn't get the rub off of the red stone top 8.
Probably always jamming, eh?
When you hit that one first, I think it always is. If you hit this one first, it might have won.
Yeah, I agree, Kevin.
Чтобы у нас упор был, куда вести потом.
We will never know.
Двойной здесь пробьет в любом случае.
We do.
Well, we know.
Мне нравится с этим вращением, чтобы он шире шел, нет? Просто с этим, здесь с этим нормально. Сильный. Поставь.
Problem for Glukov, make the straight back double. Pretty easy double takeout for Cooey. Go across the top to get some separation. You might lose the shooter. Russians are fighting gamely, trying to stay in this one. So hit it pretty much where the brush is. Slight angle. Well, now they're changing their shot. Oh my. Oh my. Yellow tap sender into the pot?
Looks like it. I guess they're thinking if they play the double on the reds, they're always leaving a double back for Canada.
Gosh, but at least it's a double. You don't make this one. Open hit for 3, game over.
Well, maybe that's what they're thinking, all or nothing here. Maybe if Canada scores the single, they might even concede the game, so feeling like go hard for the steal.
Trying to go out in a blaze of glory?
Yeah. That's one over curling. It didn't look like a lot of ice for the tap.
It did not. So Canada lies 1, open hit for 3. This should pretty much be lights out. Sergei Glukov trying the difficult tap. Bit of a Hail Mary shot, but Cooey now with a chance to score 3. 2 to come. So maybe a chance to score 4.
He's freezing no matter what.
Peel that out.
I think it's ripped. Well, you can.
The only way he gets it is,
The front stones are overlapped, so Glukov can't even run his own straight back anymore. So the Canadians are just talking about peeling this one out, Sander. Sticking around doesn't really help them much, does it?
Yeah, I don't think so. You could play it cute and just roll a foot wide, but again, Canada, they don't really need to score more than 1, at least not more than 2.
There's the peel out, so now Sergei Glukov, what do you do now? Almost have to draw around the yellow into the pin and hope it curls enough.
Looking at the in-off.
Are they really?
He pointed at it, Glukov.
Well, why not?
All or
In
nothing.
for a penny, in for a pound.
It's the only way they steal. And that's the only result they want to hear, I think.
Well,
cheeky smile from Glukov as he
said, I'm going to throw this. I know I'm on TV tonight. I'm going to try this. Why not?
Well, I've seen him make some good shots before.
Yeah.
I actually played this guy once, and he played an angled run to stick it, plus tap the guard in to score 2.
Just because he could.
Well, for the extra end.
That's amazing. Well, this is not for the extra end, but this is for survival for Sergei Glukov. Trying to thin hit the outside red stone and jump across into the pot. Catches it thin, but just too thin. A brave attempt from Glukov. Headed to hit a little bit more. Watch how close this was to being made. Catches it a little thicker, and that's fantastic, but it goes behind. It's a draw for 3, and it might be an early evening for Sergei Glukov.
Но для того, чтобы он стал прям ровно на его место, я думаю, надо было вот столько.
A wry smile from Sergey. He knows this is pretty much it. Canada for yet another 3. There's a stat in curling called hammer efficiency, which is when you can score a deuce with the hammer. Well,
Line's fine.
Canada tonight,
Line's good.
hammer destroyers, throwing up big numbers with the last rock, and here's another chance.
Should be a little heavy. Should be a little heavy. Should be a little heavy.
No problemo. Back of the forefoot, and Russia says no mas. Canada, 11-3 winners. Dominating performance. Canada moved to 2-0 with a victory over Russia.
Good toss, Teddy.
Hometown fans in Lethbridge pretty happy about this one, as is that man. Awesome performance by Canada. Well-deserved victory. Canada lying 3 in the 6th end. Sergei Glukov needs to hit and stick to score a single. Makes it, and it's a single point for the Russians. But they're in deep against Team Canada in the 7th end. Canada already lying 2. Kevin Cooey draws it into the forefoot for another 3-point end. Dominating victory for Team Canada. Team Cooey moved to 2-0. They run out 11-3 winners over Russia. Well, other matches in progress here in session 2. Switzerland leading Norway by a 6-4 score. Canada victorious 11-3 over Russia. Sweden are leading China by a 7-3 score, and Italy leading Germany also by a 7-3 score. Here at the Pioneer Hi-Bred World Men's Curling Championships. So here are the updated standings. Canada with that win jumping out now to 2-0. Japan, Netherlands, and Scotland behind them at 1-0. China, Germany, Norway, Switzerland, with games still in progress, as are Sweden. Italy, Korea, the United States, and Russia, now dropping to 0-2. So that'll do it for us for the NMAX Center. Hope you've enjoyed the action. We've enjoyed bringing it to you. For the entire team and Sander Olveg, I'm Hans Fraunlop. And good night from Lethbridge.